For professional, knowledgeable real estate service you can count on, call the Dan Gemis Real Estate Team. For solid real estate information and advice you can trust, listen to the Dan Gemis Real Estate Show.
Compliments to the show. You're really hitting on the subjects and you're telling the truth. I appreciate you.
Now back to the show with broker owner and host, Dan Gemis.
Yes, another half hour to go here on the Dan Gemis Real Estate Show. And it's time to talk our staging tip of the month. We have with us Monica Bunde, our home stager. Hey, Mona, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Hi, Dan. Hi, Fatty. How are you guys?
Hello. Hi. So listen, last time you were on the air, we came up with a new topic. Tell us, what is the topic
Oh,
today?
yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for that. Well, you wanted to talk about home staging trends of the 70s. Now, I don't know why you picked the 70s in particular, but we must have been talking about it for some reason. But so I did a little research because I was just born in the 70s. So I was not staging back then, but I was shortly after being born decorating my home, my parents' home. And
well,
so
I think
funny,
what happened was,
yeah.
I think what happened was we came back to saying, okay, you know what? Stuff of old always comes back, right? So I said, let's take a look at the trends from the 70s and 80s, and let's see how many of those have come back.
Yeah. Well, when you hear this list, you're going to be like, everything came back. And I'm like, what goes around comes around. If I would have just literally held everything I had in my childhood bedroom, it would all come back right now. I could decorate an entire house. So let me tell you where it all started. So home staging has been around since 1972. That's kind of the date that they were giving me on Google. A woman named Barbara Schwartz, she was an interior designer, and then she went into real estate. And she realized when she was selling homes that were better presented sold a lot faster and for more money. So I use air quotes when I say better presented because I wonder if they didn't even have the word home staging back in the 70s. So they called it better presented, which is so true. And in a home now, today, we always say if it's staged, it sells faster and for more money. It's just people can envision themselves in the room, the home, and see themselves living there. And then that's just an easy sale once you get them to fall in love with it. So that's how it all started in 1972. And so let me give you some trends from the 70s, and you'll think I'm almost talking about the trends from right now. So shag rugs, they're on a comeback. Macrame, those are like kind of like the yarn that you kind of twine together and tie in a bunch of knots, and you can put a flower pot in it. Okay. And I remember that from the 70s, and it's all back. Beanbag chairs. Now, we're not using the same, do you remember the beanbag chair? It was like vinyl or something like that. It really wasn't something to look at. 100%. But now they're a cube box, so they're more structured, and we're using these as accent chairs or additional seating in living rooms. Floating staircases, that was
we've got
very
three beanbag chairs here, Mona.
Right.
Oh, sorry. We've got three beanbag chairs in the house here, but they're like the microbeads now, so it's a bit different, right?
Yeah, it is a bit different, but it's very similar. They're just a little bit more styled now. So floating staircases, I've seen some of these in the homes, and I remember watching the Brady Bunch. They had floating staircases in the home. Rattan was big back in the 70s. Patterned wallpaper, which is also on a comeback. I remember having patterned wallpaper all through, and it had like a velvety texture. That may not be coming back right now, but wallpaper is. Lava lamps. They're just like this fun vintage thing that is coming back and makes for something to look at in a room or in a living room. Just those neat little trends of the 70s, a lot of those are coming back. The architectural style of the 70s was simplicity, minimalism. And now everybody, that's what we say all the time, declutter, get organized. Have nothing on your kitchen counter when I go through the home, when I do home staging. Minimalism. It was back then, and it's coming back now. It's actually been back for many years. We're all trying to be minimalistic, Some more architectural features from the 70s, which are huge right now, large windows. Everybody wants the light coming in. Large windows are so big right now. split levels. We have the raised ranches now. I don't think they had the raised ranch style of a home back in the 70s, but they did have split levels. And a great flow. That is so common back then and now. Open spaces. So one trend, which was in the 70s, which I have not seen, I think I saw in one house like a few years ago, was sunken lounges and living rooms. I don't think they're making those anymore. But, instead, what's that?
Oh, no, keep going, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so instead of the sunken lounge where everybody gathered, the whole family gathered maybe to watch TV, now it's the sectional seating. So we've taken the sunken lounge and we've turned it into some furniture where we're all together, So so many trends from the 70s that are just back right now, and it's just so fun. And a lot is coming from the style as well in fashion. Peasant blouses and dresses. That was all back in the 70s, and it's all back right now. Ponchos are huge. Bell bottoms and frayed jeans. All of those fashion styles from the 70s are all back right now. And you're seeing a lot of the embroidered tops, also embroidered drapes and curtains. That's all coming too, that kind of like peasant kind of look. It's all back right now. And it's just so funny. I don't know. Do you have anything back from the 70s, Dan? I think you might be too young for the 70s because I know how old we are.
I'm an early 80s baby, and all I'm waiting for now is for the.
But what about your parents? Is there anything that they had back in the 70s that they're like, oh man, I wish I would have kept this because it's literally in style now and I can use it to decorate?
I'm waiting for the parquet floors to come back. I'm waiting for the. What else? I'm trying to think of the wood paneling to come back. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It might. People are loving wood. A lot of it's painted now, but you never know, that could come back. Like it's just so funny. And and it was good to go back in time to see what was then, because a lot has come back. Especially what got me was the simplicity and the minimalism, because that is what we always say when we go to do home staging, is make it minimalistic. Instead of 5 vases, just put 2 vases out. Instead of a wall of artwork, just have like maybe 2 or 3 pieces, just so people, when you're staging, so people can see the home that they're buying, not just the stuff in it. So it was so funny. So many trends are coming back, are back.
Well, I'm happy I gave you a kind of a chuckle as you prepped for the topic this week. And one question I have, Mona, from somebody who's texted in, they want to know if what the trick is. It's not regarding our topic today, but they want to know what the trick is to picking the right artwork for a wall.
Oh, well, it depends. If you're selling, then it would be very neutral. And but if it's in a home that you're staying in, fall in love with that piece. So whatever it is, if you love it and it's your home, then anything really works. But if you're buying artwork then to sell the home, I would make it more landscape scenes, because you want it to appeal to everybody. And as far as hanging artwork goes too, don't hang it too high. If you're standing, I'm about 5'7", so when I look at the wall, I look right at my eye level. That's where I'm going to hang the piece of artwork. I'll literally put my hand out straight, and that is where I'm going to hang the artwork. I always see sometimes people are hanging artwork too high, and then it just doesn't look good. And go a little bit bigger than smaller. If you have too small of a piece, it's just going to make the wall look too big. So just go with a little bit of a bigger piece, or maybe 2 or 3 pieces. So your eye's going to group those 3 pieces together as one, and it'll be a nice big, piece of artwork. So that's how I would answer that question. Yeah.
That's a great tip. Yeah. So listen, before we let you go, give us your monthly update with the Windsor Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, yes. Well, we're so excited. Next week, we've got another family concert, Dan, that you and your family sponsor, and we're so grateful. It is Green Eggs and Ham. So the Sam I Am, he didn't want to try green eggs and ham because he didn't think he was going to like it. And then in the end, he gave it a go, and he liked it. So Green Eggs and Ham is such a fun one. And so we have a gal named Jan Radford. She reads the book. where there's the orchestra with the music in the background, and the kids are just dancing and clapping, and it's so much fun. We also have Bidley Oasis will be there selling books, and Richmond Popcorn will be there with some popcorn too. So Green Eggs and Ham is a lot of fun. The kids love that one. So so that's coming up next Saturday at 10 a.m. and 11:30, and there's still tickets. And then actually we're coming out at 3 o'clock next Saturday to the Christ Church in Amherstburg too.
Nice.
I don't know if you even knew about that one, but
So this is on top of the other two shows?
Yes, yeah. We're at 10 a.m., 11:30 at the Capitol Theater, and then 3 in the afternoon at Christ Church in Amherstburg.
Oh, nice.
So busy. Lot going on
Holy
next
moly.
Saturday. That's Saturday, March 4th. So, yep. And then we've got this great singer. Her name is Charlotte Knight. She sings Broadway tunes like Frozen, the Let It Go song from Frozen. She'll be singing some Beauty and the Beast. That's March 11th and 12th at the Capitol Theater too. And she's just a beautiful girl. She's been singing with Disney on their cruise lines and in Broadway, and that's going to be a really good one too. That's a full orchestra at the Capitol Theater, March 11th and 12th.
Now, if you keep listening, everyone out there who's listening right now, Mona will sing us out with "Let It Go" on the way out to commercial break. So,
I'm
listen.
just gonna let it go.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
So fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen, Mona. Thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. We'll have you on again next month. What do you say?
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Perfect.
Have a great day.
You too. It's Monica Bunde, our home stager with the Dan Gemma's team, and always does a great job. And she's moonlighting over at the Windsor Symphony Orchestra as well. I'm kidding. That's her real gig, and she does all the home staging for us and our clients after hours, which is great. So we love everyone over at the WSO. They do a great job. And hopefully you guys got some tips from Mona there, so essentially everything that's old is new again. That's basically
comes back, yeah,
that's the
for sure.
tip. So why renovate? Leave it there. It's fine. It'll come back at some point. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to have our featured business of the week, and we're also going to give away our gift card for the Richmond Popcorn Company coming up right after the break. So if you haven't already texted to win, text 10800 with today's keyword movie with your first and last name. We'll give that away right after the break right here on the Dan Gemma's Real Estate Show.